Hello guys, welcome to the Information Tools Software. I'm the engineer who would like to introduce the CDP function. In this lesson, you'll understand the explanation of the CDP and the necessary operation to set the data recovery rule and the data replication rule. Well, before we get started, we need to confirm there are two environments we need to prepare for the I2 CDP operation. This time, I prepare the 74 as a work machine and 73 as a DR node machine. In a work machine, we need to install the necessary module for initializing the I2 app platform. Well, if you're familiar with information tool software, you may understand the I2 app is information tool software uh, product management platform. In this platform, you can create and manage any task regarding the data backup, uh, data storage, the data migration, etc. And the CDP is one of this functionality. So in the work machine, we need to ensure we already installed the necessary package like the information tool web console lib, the DR node, etcd web console, and the scheme module. Well, if you have no idea how to find this package, or if you got any misunderstanding or problem during your installation process, you can just look for help from your information tool software engineer. Well, but this time, because I already installed them, so I can feel free to access the I2 app platform uh, and create the replication rule or the recovery rule for the CDP process. All right, and let's go to another environment. Another environment, I call it the DR node uh, virtual machine. In this machine, we also need to install some necessary module like, um, oops, let me see. Well, it's a path I store the necessary package I should install. And of course, like I mentioned, if you have no idea how to find this package, please contact your personal information to software engineer. They will provide the necessary package and the specific instruction, or just can remote control your laptop and finish all the configuration of the installation. All right, and we can just install them directly. And of course, because I already installed them, so we can go to the next step. After we finish the installation of the ZFS module, it's the most important module we should install on the DR node virtual machine. Oh, and it's a little tip. The DR node machine is a place we should store the data from the work machine. And the data actually is replication data from the work machine, and we need to do the data recovery depends on the data. This data will submit to the DR node machine and stored in the ZFS storage pool. It's why we need to install the ZFS module here, and we can just confirm the status of the ZFS module with the command list mode grep ZFS. Well, here you can notice there's all the necessary module we need to for the ZFS installation. Well, there's another situation is maybe you already installed them and you run the same command as mine, but you cannot get the same result. That's because the ZFS module um, is not input to the Linux kernel default. We need to input it manually with the command uh, the mode probe cfs. After run this command, we can list the module as our previous operation. You may get the same result as mine. All right, after we get the confirmation of the module installation, we can create the ZFS storage pool now with the zip oops. And there's another tip. Well, before we create the ZFS storage pool, we need to ensure there are the several or the disk which is empty. We need to a pure disk to create the ZFS storage pool. And like this time, I prepared two empty disks for that, the SDP and the SDC. Well, after, and then we can just create the ZFS pool within the zip pool, create, you can just uh, name the pool as the data or whatever you want, and the path of the SDP and the path of SDC. Now, of course, because I already created it, so it mentioned me the disk is not empty. So, but don't worry, you will create it successful, and you can check the status of the zip within the comment zip status. Well, now you can see we already created the pool name is data and belongs to the SDB and the SDC. Well then, don't forget the last step. We need to create the place to store the data from the work machine. Let's go to the root directory and create the new directory. I name it as CDP. Oops, it's not. It's already CDP exists and CDP1. How about CDP2? All right, we already created the CDP to store the data from the work machine. And on the work machine, we also need to prepare organize the original data file, and just pretend there's business data we generally used. Let's create the test file, and it's empty now. Yeah, it's empty now, and we can just create the random file inside with sequence 10 exarch dash I and the double D if equal to the path and OF equal to whatever name and the file type. How about let's set as the date and the size equal to 1 megabyte, the count equal to 1 as well. All right. We already create the original file as data need to be replicate and recovery. All right, then we can go to the i2 app. Because we already install and initialize the DR node on the work machine and the DR node machine, so we can register the node to the node section here. I already done that. Uh, this 73, the FSDR node uh, is a DR node machine. And the 74, of course, it represents the web console work machine. Don't forget, when you configure the necessary parameter of this machine, you need to assign the necessary license, CDP, and the necessary role host for them. All right. And you need to do the same thing to the web console work machine. Assign the license and assign the host role. Well, then we can go to the DR aggregation section, select the file replication, the replication, and we can create the first replication rule the for our work machine. Name is CDP, and the production node we select the web console work machine, and the backup node we select DR node machine. And let's go to the path. Because we only got the only one work machine and only one DR node machine, so we select 1 to 1 and select the directory we store the original data file. It should be root path and the test. It should be test, right? Date. All right, it's you. And edit, confirm the configuration. And go to the CDP, check the CDP, snapshot to create the baseline. And it can create the snapshot and it's convenient to you to use the fallback operation. And just check the specific the file system path. We can select the CDP, the CDP, yeah, here we are on the DR node machine, and as well select the CFS storage pool data. Let's confirm it. All right, after it becomes the replication status, that means the replication task is already finished. Then let's go back to the DR node machine, and it should be CDP, right? And here we can find there is a replication file here. Well, then we can do the data recovery depends on it, uh, this document. Okay, let's go back to the i2 app, select the CDP restore, create a new one. Let me see. We can just name to CDP recovery, and the most of the configuration we don't need to um, configure them manually because it can detect uh, the access to the configuration we set in the previous replication rule. So this is the only thing we should to consider the CDP logs. No, the CDP logs is only one because it's a replication file. We only create the original data file, the 10 data files, the files. So It only has only one step, the timestamp for that. But of course, we can just choose to do the modification, such as we can create the new file here, such as how about the docs, all right, and we can also delete, uh, all right, and now we already have the 10 docs file and 9 date file without the 10 date. Okay, we already did some modification. Let's go back to the i2 app. Now you can see um, this log gains a lot of records regarding any modification we did, like create the 10 docs file and delete the one date file. And if we do the data recovery, we can choose any time step of it and to recover the data to the any specific time we want to um, we want to fall back. Okay, this time we just select the newest data. All right, and we can also choose another path to do the data recovery. It's not necessary to recover data to the original path, right? So we just select another one, not test, but uh, let's quit the test one. All right, test one. It should be the empty file. All right, let's go back to the test one, and it's empty. All right, and then let's confirm the recovery rule. Then start it. After it finished, let's go back to the test one file and check. Yeah, now you can see all the data is recovery successful. The 10 docs file and 9 date file without the 10 date file. Well, I think we just finished all the process of the CDP operation. In this lesson, we create the new replication role, the new recovery role, and show the necessary environment and package. Don't forget the necessary module you need installed on the work machine and the DR node machine. That's very important. And once again, if you have any problem during your module installation or the role uh, role creation, you can contact your um, information tool software engineer and look for the help from them. Thank you very much for watching, and hope I can see you again next time. If you have any other question, I will provide the further instruction regarding any section of the IT app and any other product. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Goodbye.